Are you absolutely furious at the thought of another season of what-ifs for the Montreal Canadiens? Or are you brimming with a cautious optimism, perhaps even a joyful anticipation, that this year, finally, the pieces will fall into place, especially down the middle? Because today, we're diving headfirst into the biggest question mark looming over the Habs' upcoming season, the pivotal second-line center position and the enigma that is Kirby Dach. After what feels like an eternity of speculation, the Canadiens have seemingly identified their guy, but the path to him truly owning that spot is paved with more ifs than a choose-your-own-adventure novel. We're talking about a player whose talent is undeniable, but whose availability has been, let's just say, a sarcastic punchline for far too long. So, grab your jerseys, folks, because we're breaking down the facts, the expert takes, and the wild trade scenarios that could define the Habs' future, all wrapped up in the kind of passionate analysis you've come to expect. Let's not mince words. Kirby Dach's tenure as a Montreal Canadien has been a roller coaster, and frankly, it's left many of us feeling a touch of sadness for what could have been. In 112 games, he's tallied a respectable 62 points, showcasing flashes of the elite talent that made him a high draft pick. But what truly defines his time here? It's the agonizing number of games he's missed due to injury. The old adage rings true: your best ability is availability. And for a player who, over roughly 3 full seasons, has played in just over a third of the possible games, that's a glaring concern. The Canadiens, in their wisdom, simply cannot stroll into the season assuming Dach will magically play all 82 games and firmly establish himself as the undisputed 2C. Our insider, Marco, however, offers a powerful counterpoint, brimming with optimism. He's 100% confident that if Dach is healthy, he starts the year as the second-line center. Marco's seen him on the ice, specifically with Ivan Demidov, and the chemistry, he says, is palpable. Throw in a talent like Patrik Laine, who's been training with Demidov all summer, and you got a line that could absolutely ignite the scoreboard. The defensive liabilities? Marco shrugs. That's Marty's problem, not mine. But beyond the immediate impact, the organization sees Dach as either their 2C of the future or a valuable asset to acquire one down the line. The goal is to improve asset value, and putting Dach in position to succeed, even if it means a cautious start, is paramount. The team is not rushing him. They're setting the stage for a measured return, much like they did with David Reinbacher, ensuring he's 100% ready, even if it means a one-game-on, one-game-off strategy initially. This isn't just about Dach. It's about the long game and a hopeful vision for what he can become. Now, if Dach's health is the elephant in the room, then the Canadiens' contingency plans are the nimble acrobats ready to step in. And let's be honest, the thought of being caught flat-footed again, like the Montreal Alouettes quarterback carousel, fills us with a certain dread. Remember how the Alouettes went from 5-2 to 5-7, watching their season slip away due to injuries at a critical position? The Habs management, led by Ken Hughes, has been down this road with Dach multiple times, and they're not taking chances. This isn't by accident. Folks, this is calculated. We've heard that Alex Newhook spent his summer intensely working on his face-offs, even training with Patrice Bergeron. Zachary Bolduc was also asked to sharpen his skills at the dot. While neither is a guaranteed front-runner, Newhook, having done it before, is the clear choice if Dach is unavailable. Joe Veleno is seen as a bottom-six guy, and you simply don't break up the powerhouse veteran line by moving Jake Evans. But here's where it gets intriguing. Don't be surprised if Zachary Bolduc gets a look at center in a preseason game. Is an X factor a real what if that could shake things up? If Newhook shifts to center, keep a close eye on Florian Chikaj and Owen Beck on the wing. These young guns could seize an opportunity. However, the team is wisely cautious with Bolduc. They wanted to settle on the wing first, avoiding the Jonathan Drouin vibes of putting a player in an uncomfortable spot too soon. This strategic depth, this prudent preparation, should offer a measure of reassurance to even the most anxious Habs fan. But what if the worst-case scenario unfolds? What if Kirby Dach is sidelined for an extended period, leaving a gaping hole at 2C? This is where the Canadiens' recent move to trade Carey Price's contract becomes a stroke of genius, opening up cap space and, more importantly, the possibility of trade. And oh, the speculation. Fans are already shooting for the moon. Go get Crosby, McTavish, McCann, Lindell. The mere mention of these names sends a jolt of excitement to the fan base. But let's temper that with a dose of reality. A Sidney Crosby trade in season? Our sources suggest it's a long shot, more likely an off-season move if ever happens, requiring a truly dog poo-poo season from the Penguins and Crosby himself having a change of heart. And Anton Lindell from Panthers? Forget about it. They'll use LTIR, and he's not going anywhere. The Canadiens aren't looking for a quick fix. They're seeking a long-term solution, someone who can commit for 2 to 4 years without sacrificing a future cornerstone like Michael Hudson. They'll be monitoring the league closely, not just for the big names, but for realistic, long-term options. Mason McTavish, Nick Schmaltz in Utah, that he's willing to extend. These are the kinds of players who could make sense. If the Habs are in a playoff spot, expect them to be aggressive buyers, but with a clear vision, not raising the entire farm, but acquiring players who can help both this season and for years to come. It's a delicate dance of ambition and pragmatism, and the Canadiens are ready to lead. So there you have it, folks. The Montreal Canadiens have their sights set on Kirby Dach as their second-line center, a decision that fills us with a mix of hope and trepidation. His health is a linchpin, but the organization has demonstrated a clear, multi-layered approach to ensure to prepare for any eventuality, from internal depth options like Alex Newhook to potentially making a splash on the trade market for a long-term solution. It's a testament to their commitment to building a sustainable winner, not just a fleeting contender. Now, we want to hear from you. What's your gut feeling about Kirby Dach season? Do you trust the Canadiens' backup plans, or are you secretly hoping for a blockbuster trade? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more exclusive Canadiens content. Your engagement fuels our passion, and we love hearing your thoughts.